Spirit has chosen the Thirds BME spread for your general monthly reading. BME stands for beginning, middle, and end, and this spread is an excellent one for when timing is important. There are tarot cards that point to early and late in the month, but there's no clear way for them to say, pay attention to the middle. Until now, Thirds helps us assign information into these three sections. And that is what we're going to do today. Okay, Leo, here we go with your Thirds BME spread. They want to focus on the middle, but let's go in linear order here. We're going to start with the beginning, first 10 days of your month in January. We got a lot of people coming in here. I don't know what this is all about. It could just be two people, you and somebody else, or maybe you and two other people. I'm not sure what the dilemma is going on, but everybody's coming in okay. It's just that there is my Justice card in here. The whole idea here is about the theme under the umbrella of justice. So this is like, could be something legal, like court. This could be about something that is, you put your signature on, a contract, some kind of agreement between a couple people or whatnot. This could also be the secondary definition of the Justice card, which is that this is a situation that is completely karmic. That is letting you know that this either has to do with your karma, more than likely. I feel like it's probably 80% your karma. So it's like you dealing with your own problems if it's negative, or you dealing with all your benefits and all the good things coming to your first 10 days if you've been putting out the good things and so forth. So this is social dynamics between people. And I'm not sure how many people it is because I pulled two people cards and two people cards on top of that, which are called court cards in tarot. And that's kind of where I stop. I don't keep going to see if, we're talking about 8 kids or something like that here. Obviously that would fall apart in a general reading. But the common theme here is that there is justice going on here, and the justice is coming in clear. So I'm not concerned with it. Justice is going to be divvied out the way it's supposed to be. And this could just be karmic justice too. Very possible. So that's an interesting one that you guys will have to get back to me and let me know what that was all about. So we have a lot of people coming in early in your first 10 days, maybe seeing these people more than often, and maybe that is part of your karma. Hey, the middle of the month, though, that is what this spread is all about. Okay, guys, let me take a moment here to tell you about the reformatting of your general monthly readings, as well as a few very exciting updates that are coming. The first thing you've probably already noticed is that the overhead camera has been removed from your spread. This saves us about 4 or 5 minutes. If looking at the cards, though, is something that you're interested in, I am posting the picture, a snapshot overhead view from the spread that I'm doing for every sign. You can find that on Facebook. Also on Facebook, you'll be able to find the printout for chemistry tracking for your month. And this is also posted on my website. Chemistry tracking basically shows what sign is going to be vibing well with your sign in the month, as well as what sign or signs will be repelling, kind of opposite energy. What sign you're going to be kicking well with and what sign you're not so much. Moon Cycle cheat sheet will also be posted on scottsagent.com on the Talking About page, and also Moon Cycle will be included in your reading, along with the Rune Stone, and along with Homily. All the things that you've grown to love will still be in your reading. You're getting an extra thing here, though, because every single sign is getting angel protection at the end of your reading. This is an extra angel card, just a little extra information from Spirit about your month. However, all the spreads that I called extra spreads, stuff like telling time, yes or no, chakra scrub, health scrub, stuff like that, animal totems, all that good stuff, those are all extra spreads. Those are going to be moved into what I call urgent readings. Urgent readings are going to be posted the very first week of the month. If Spirit requested one, about half of the signs get these. So that's going to be very important to look out for. Those will be posted everywhere, but of course all the newest updates will be posted on scottsagent.com first. The last thing I want to share with you today is that the quadrants video is coming. January 3rd is the date, and that is the quadrants video for your sign. And this forecasts information for the entire year. It is some of my most popular videos and audio products as well. So quadrants is something you do not want to miss. That'll be everywhere January 3rd. What is a quadrant? Well, a quadrant forecasts for your entire year broken up into 4 different pieces. And we're going to be talking about things like work, health, love, money, planning and preparation for vacations, relaxation, when the best quadrant is for you guys to get busy and be productive, when is the best quadrant to play it safe, and when is the best quadrant for risks. We're going to be looking at themes for the different quadrants, a whole bunch of information that you guys will be able to obtain from these readings, so do not miss the quadrants dropping January 3rd. And for January only, Quadrants is available as a personal audio product, a personal reading done just for you, looking at the planning and preparation for your year, going through all of the same topics, but just making it that much more accurate for you. It is one of my most popular products, and it is only available in January, so do not wait to book your Quadrants reading. ScottSagent.com. And this is very interesting because here they show a lot of my Leos here are dealing with a test. Big test middle of the month here, Leo. And this reminds me of because thirds pinpoints timing, right? This points to the middle of the month. There's something important here. And this is it. This is where we're at here now talking about it. So when this happens, it reminds me of when the teacher in school is like, hey, class, there's going to be a pop quiz this week sometime. And you know what? It might be on Friday. That's the kind of thing that I feel like Spirit is doing here because they're like, hey, you're going to be tested, but guess what? It's going to be in the middle of the month, okay? So you're getting ready. You can prepare for this of what this can be. This is obviously something that you've struggled with in the past, something that is coming back for you to deal with again. Again, the definition of karma, a lot of karmic pull for my Leos as we transition through January, basically. The next thing they show here in your middle of the month is putting on your thinking cap. A lot of you guys are thinking here very deeply. It has an emotional attachment to you, so you're feeling things very deeply too. And that may be why you're thinking about things so cautiously, because you want to make the best decision for you about what this lesson is that the universe is going to throw at you, and so you can react accordingly. Okay, so very important there. It is a smaller theme, but very relevant, okay, because you're going to keep, if you don't pass the test, if you don't pass the pop quiz, the universe will keep throwing it at you until you figure it out. And that is just kind of the karmic law of things. And here we go with your third thirds, end of the month here, the last 10 days of January. This is a pretty big theme. This is by far the biggest theme that you have. The middle might be the most important, but this is the biggest. Here they talk about how a lot of my Leos, you're not going to be seeing things very clearly toward the end of the month. It's actually going to be okay because we got information here to get you through it. Now, when I say not seeing things clearly, it might just be things are a little foggy. Although you're a little unsure of things. Things might be just weird month, way to end the month. Weird situations happening, and you know what? Just a little mysterious. Doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. Here's what they say to do about it. First is nurture your mindset. They show you guys having a really good aptitude and a good mentality towards this at the end of the month. It's very good. They want to make sure that you're being your authentic self though, Leo. So do not put on a mask. Do not try to be somebody that you're not. That is just not going to work for my Leos, okay? The next thing they show here is action in the love corner. It's very specific. So it's basically saying move forward with your love corner. Love corner is a big place in everybody's life because it's not just your relationship partner. What if you're single, right? You still got a love corner. You still got close friends. You still got people that are close to your heart, family, and so forth. So they talk about some kind of action here. Now, what is an action in the love corner? It is a step. So some kind of step is being taken with the family, or if you're dating, or whatever you got going on. You got to view it from your circumstance, of course. And it's a perfect time for me to remind you too that this is a general reading. Of course, you got to put the context into play, how you are going, what's going on in your life right now, because the card is going to be the same for everybody, and it's really pulling the specifics out of which part applies to you. That's really the key to extrapolating the most out of a general reading. And it's a good time to remind you that, I do offer personal private readings that you don't have to share any of this with all of your Leo friends. Personal private readings are all about your energy. I offer a wide variety of those services on my website, scottsagent.com, from small all the way up to full service, guys, whatever you're looking for, available there. Now here they also tell us teaching and learning. So this is going to be the end of your month here where you guys can learn a lot of good things, but you can also share a lot of good things, especially if it's a situation that you've been through. You're really able to help other people with advice or something like that. It's very good. I feel like you guys can share a lot here, and a lot of other people will benefit from you sharing that information with them. Okay, whatever you got going on. I'm not exactly sure what. It's very confusing to me too with that moon card. Very shady, a little mysterious. And I always tell people when we have that moon card come up, it's like driving through the fog. It's like driving through the rain. You can't see much in front of you, but you don't need to. You just need to see, where the next car is. You just need to see where the next stoplight is, stop sign, all that kind of stuff. So just take it a little bit at a time, especially as January comes to a close. Now, your runestone you guys got for Leo is protection. It is the runestone of protection, so they're reminding you that you are protected. Okay, you don't got to worry about stuff overly. You basically, from what I'm looking at, have things handled. You're in pretty good shape here. We are going to be doing an animal totem for you guys in the urgent reading. So there is another piece of this puzzle that Spirit is going to divulge to us here in a couple days when I drop that on January 4th. So come back for your animal totems. But basically, I'm looking at everything that looks like stuff that you can handle. You're very capable of handling this just fine, especially with all the information that they've bestowed upon us. It just gives you a little bit of a cheat sheet here, so to speak. So with protection coming in, they're letting you know the fact that you can't see things clearly at the end of the month, you're protected. They got your back. You're good. And then in the middle here, with the lessons and with feeling things very deeply, you're protected too, so you're not in a situation that is toxic or you're not vulnerable, that kind of thing. And then in number 1, the justice is played out the way justice is meant to be. So things are fair and they are equal, and it is the verdict, so to speak, of the first part of the month happens exactly the way it is supposed to. So you're protected there as well. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is your last angel protection card. And I do that for every single sign now, guys. That's my little present to you guys for the new year. I'm going to do it every single month. So it's just a little extra information toward your month. And they gave you something they've been giving a lot of my other signs. It's clear cognizance, guys. So it says, pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. And this is, the veil is very thin, I believe, right now here in January, not just for Leo, but for all of my signs. It's like the other side is very communicative, very talkative, and you're going to be probably having some of your loved ones visit you in your dreams. You're going to be having very vivid dreams. Pay attention to those. Pay attention, like it says in the card, to your thoughts and ideas. It's divinely inspired stuff, guys, meant to drop little seeds of information so you can benefit from it, so you can improve your life from the inspiration that is bestowed upon you. So that's a great way to wrap up your thirds. Now I'm going to send you over to the moon cycles, and we're going to wrap up with your homily. Okay, guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things, really help bring it in. Adversely, the full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there or that you don't want there. Something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. It doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. Now let's get into your homily. Hey guys, this is Scott Sagent here for your January 2024 edition of Homily. And for this month's homily, starting the new year, I thought it would be fun if we did a little thought experiment here, so that is why you cannot see me right now. And that's okay, because I cannot see you either. It's actually not necessary. You can hear my voice, and that is all you're going to need in this exercise. It's a little thought experiment called the Ideal You. So go ahead and take this opportunity, since it's going to be a closed eye kind of a meditation. Take this opportunity to find a little couch, a comfortable spot, a recliner, a bed, a sofa, whatever it is for you. Get nice and comfortable where you can shut your eyes for a few minutes. If you're driving, you know what? Probably don't participate. I think that would be a bad idea. Maybe you can come back and check this homily out at a safer time for you. But for everybody else, let's get started with the Ideal You experiment. The very first thing I want you to consider and think about is what you would rate yourself here on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of where your placement is in life, how you have attained your goals over the last few years, if you're where you want to be, if you're nowhere close to where you want to be, the way that you present yourself, the way that others perceive you, all of these things. I'm just giving you a few examples of, obviously it's a much bigger umbrella, and whatever it is for you, the way that you come up with your rating system is just fine, but come up with a number to where you feel like you are at right now. Okay, so remember that number, but also throw it away. We're not going to need it for a while. Right now, we're not going to concern ourselves with future goals. We're really just worrying about the present, right here, right now. What does your ideal you look like right now? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? How do they act around people? How are they perceived by people? How are they perceived in the workplace? All this kind of thing. You have to visualize it to make it come true. So this is a visual aspect that I would like you to consider right now. And be very, very specific about your visualization. Think very deeply about the details. How this person wears their nails, what kind of jewelry they wear, what do they dress like, what kind of body language do they put out, how do they speak, what kind of tone, do they smile easily, how big, are they warm to others? This is your ideal you that I would like you to consider, visualize, and hang on to that visual. Now take this energy signature, this whole idea that you just constructed in your mind and put together and puzzle pieced together, maybe some of you duct tape and super glued it together, it doesn't matter. Take this energy signature here, and what we're going to do is we're going to expand it. We're going to make it much, much larger, however you viewed it before. We're going to multiply this times like 100, times 1,000, times whatever it is that this sucker is huge, whether it's a visual of you or a goal or what it is, we're going to make it massive. So think about it getting bigger, 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 and much, much bigger than even that. Now maybe some of you have made this so big that you have to zoom out just to be able to see the whole picture anymore, and that's just fine, but now we're going to adjust and tune the contrast. We're going to tune some settings here. So adjust that contrast. We're going to make everything very bright. All those colors are going to get vibrant and very, very sharp. There is going to be no dull colors here at all. Everything is super bright, full of contrast. Once you're done tweaking that, now we're going to tweak the brightness. We're going to make it bright, all the way fully bright as you can go before it hits white. So now these colors are not just bright, but they are almost blinding, and they are so sharp. The final setting that we're going to tweak is frequency. We're going to turn that frequency knob all the way up to high. You cannot hear frequency here, but you almost can, because as you turn it up high, you can see this picture shaking, vibrating. You can feel it very deeply in your bones. This frequency is being turned up high. You are raising the level of your energy signature of what you've created. I picture this ringing like a champagne glass, and once you've got this frequency all the way turned up, your brightness and your contrast all the way turned up, your energy signature, we want to blow it up, and not just blow it up to get rid of it, but we're going to blow it up and expand it out in every direction, just like a supernova, a star exploding, and we're going to mentally just shoot this whole entire signature that you've created everywhere, little bits and pieces of it, fragmented everywhere, every which way, and it's just dropping down like snow, falling a little bit here, a little bit there, and visualize how people are reacting to this version of you. As we wrap up your January homily and conclude our thought experiment, I have two final questions for you. Number 1, rate yourself again. How you feel right now. I want to know how you feel, how this makes you feel, your ideal you being everywhere. What is your rating now? I don't care what it was before. How do you feel right now? Most people, general consensus, bump up their first number after an experiment like this of 1 or 2 points. Maybe you're experiencing that. Maybe you boosted even higher. Maybe you stayed the same. I'm not exactly sure, but the consensus is that most people do raise up just from this couple minutes of this idea processing in their mind. And visualization is key for manifestation. It is the only way that it is brought into the physical realm and made real. So now you have the tools. You know how to make this energy signature. And if you can bump your rating and feel that much better about your future right now in the present moment, imagine in just a couple of minutes, imagine if you were to do this every day. This is helping you to get to that goal, to get to that place, to get to your ideal you. It's not a future deal, it's a present deal. All this work is done in the present, and this is just one tool to help you get to that point. Hopefully, January 2024 here in your homily is a good bridge to get you there. So I hope you've enjoyed the readings and your homily. Thank you all so much. Have a great January 2024. I know you will.
I guess the fortune teller's right.